So all these Rise of Skywalker plot leaks flooding the internet are absolutely ridiculous. And that's exactly why I think they're true. I mean, Disney Star Wars has sunk so low. They've so disrespected the original trilogy, the original characters in George Lucas's vision, that these plot leaks are in line with that way of handling Star Wars. So I think they're true. You know, so spoiler alert, if you don't want to know about the plot leaks, I'm going to be discussing them. And the one I read that was most heinous, but would be a fitting way for them to end their saga, is supposedly the end scene is Rey on Tatooine watching the setting sun. And it's not enough for her to just have a poignant moment self-reflecting over her past adventures and ordeals and new discoveries in her life about the Force and everything. No, we have to have the Force ghosts of all the previous Jedis turn up to give her a big round of applause, Cool Running style, to tell her how great she is while she's already patting herself on the back. They've got to reiterate it and tell her how brilliant she is and how she succeeded where they all failed. They couldn't defeat evil and Palpatine, obviously, because now, you know, according to this movie, he never died at the end of Return of the Jedi, which is ridiculous in itself, but I'll get to that soon, all right? No, the fact that they're going to have this giant, you know, self-congratulatory bloody circle jerk about her at the end of the movie with all the Force ghosts telling her what a brilliant job she did and how much better she is than them, because they're all men for the most part and she's a woman, and nowadays that automatically means you're the best at everything. And so if that's how it ends, I'm going to applaud. I'm going to stand up and applaud in the cinema, because it's so bloody ridiculous that it would be a fitting way to end this ridiculous saga that has been just garbage since 2015. And oh my God, the leaked pictures of Palpatine, he looks terrible. Now I know the actor has aged a lot, but this isn't a knock on Ian McDiarmid. He's a brilliant actor, and the way he brings the Emperor to life has been fantastic throughout all the 6 movies so far. The 6 real canon movies, that is, because I don't consider Disney Star Wars to be canon anymore. No siree. But his appearance in the new one looks terrible, and just the fact that he's in this movie, the fact that they resurrected him to just completely shit on the achievements and the entire story arc of the first 6 movies is just a heinous crime in itself. Ridiculous. I love using that word heinous because it applies to everything Disney, Star Wars, and Lucasfilm do. Everything they do is bloody heinous since 2012. And how can you invalidate everything that came before by bringing the Emperor back? That means all the hardships that Luke went through, Leia, Han, to defeat the evil Empire. That means Anakin Skywalker's entire story arc, his entire redemptive story arc, is meaningless. It means nothing. Zero. It never happened. Why? Because the Emperor flew down that shaft, got in a ship and flew away. This is so stupid. It's so ridiculous. Are they even going to explain how he survived falling down that shaft? And now they're also saying, according to the plot leaks, that actually wasn't even in a plot leak. It's confirmed because it was in one of the teaser trailers, that Palpatine has been the one orchestrating everything during this new iteration of the saga. He was, the voice of Snoke? He was possessing the body of Snoke? What the hell? That means Snoke never existed as an actual character. He was just a vessel for the Emperor. What the hell? The guy was already a pointless villain, Snoke that is, who was completely ruined and had no menace. And now he's even less, because he was just an avatar. I don't know what the writers were thinking. I mean, they're trying to be politically correct in today's movie, so they're pushing, a political narrative over the actual story narrative. And they obviously don't give a shit about the fans, because they've been shitting on us for the past 4 years. Since The Force Awakens came out, anyone who disliked that in any way, shape or form was shit on immediately. But look, the real tide against the fans was in 2017 with The Last Jedi, where they just went nuclear on the fans and said, screw the fans, we don't care, they don't deserve any of our respect, even though they bankrolled the whole bloody franchise, and the entire industry of Hollywood has been bankrolled by fans, okay, this whole time, right? And most of those fans are, males. In terms of action movies and sci-fi movies, I mean, that's just the statistics, folks, all right? And they've decided that we need to alienate the core fan base who pay with their wallets. And look, they've been paying for it. The box office for a lot of movies has been failing. The movies that have, outright shit on the fans, those movies have been performing subpar. And I predict it will happen with this one too. I'm not saying it'll be a total bomb. A lot of people are just going to go purely because it has the Star Wars brand on it. But I see it going the way of Last Jedi, underperforming. And they only got themselves to blame, nobody else, all right? I would have loved to have boycotted this movie, but I'm going to see it. I have to see how bad this thing is, all right? And it's going to be terrible. It's going to be a shit show. It's going to be foobar. Another great word to use to describe Disney Star Wars, foobar. And, oh, man, they've disrespected everything. They don't give a shit about the fans. And they're going to fail, and they're going to deserve to fail. And it's already got a really low ranking on IMDb. Now, I know that's probably, a lot of people prejudging it before having watched it, but it's not going to be long till I am going to actually have seen it. So tune into this channel because I'll get a review out straight away. Going to a midnight session, and I'll let you all know how bad it is. Or, hey, maybe I'll be pleasantly surprised that it'll be an absolute masterpiece. No. I can safely say that that won't happen. So, anyway, I like to be optimistic, but you can't put that much dressing on this disaster. This is like the Hindenburg, and Disney Star Wars is it's going down the tubes. It's going down the tubes. But anyway, tune in to find out exactly how bad it is, and like, share, subscribe, and comment. Feel free to insult me in the comments section if you disagree and you're a diehard fan of Star Wars, or I've personally insulted you in some way with my words. That's life if you're offended, but feel free to comment anyway. All right, folks, I'll see you later.